Jack Lawson's heart pounded as he stood on the balcony of his Sydney apartment, eyes glued to the alien ship descending from the sky. "Tom, get out here," he shouted, urgency lacing his voice. His friend Tom Reynolds stumbled out, eyes widening at the sight. "What in the world is that?" Tom muttered, his voice barely a whisper. Before them, a massive craft hovered ominously, its surface shimmering with an otherworldly light. The city below erupted into chaos as people screamed and pointed, scrambling to understand the spectacle. Jack, an engineer known for his relentless curiosity, felt a mix of awe and apprehension. A booming voice echoed from the ship, cold and condescending. "Humans, we are the Asleal. We have journeyed across the stars to test your worth. How pathetically fragile you are." Jack's fists clenched. "Breakable? We'll see about that," he muttered. Tom looked at him incredulously. "You can't be serious, Jack. What are you thinking?" Before Jack could respond, the Asleal leader, Vorith, materialized on a platform extending from the ship. Towering and imposing, with skin like polished stone and eyes that gleamed with disdain, he surveyed the humans with an air of superiority. "We challenge you to survive our trials. Prove your worth if you can." Jack's mind raced. He couldn't let these aliens degrade humanity. "I'll take your challenge," he declared, stepping forward. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Tom grabbed his arm. "Are you insane? We can't fight them." Emily Clark, a biologist with a reputation for brilliance and empathy, pushed through the throng to stand beside Jack. "You won't face this alone," she said, determination blazing in her eyes. "We have to show them what we're made of." Captain Aaron Mitchell, a seasoned military officer, joined them. "This is a suicide mission," he said grimly, "but I'm not letting you go it alone." His presence added a layer of gravitas to their fledgling team. Vorith sneered. "Very well. The trials commence at dawn. Prepare yourselves, feeble creatures." The city buzzed with fear and anticipation as Jack, Emily, and Aaron regrouped in a makeshift command center. "We need a plan," Jack said, scanning the room. Emily nodded, her mind already working through possibilities. "We have to understand their technology, find their weaknesses." Aaron crossed his arms, his face a mask of resolve. "And be ready for anything. This isn't just about strength, it's about strategy." Night fell in a blur of preparations. Jack sketched blueprints, Emily analyzed data, and Aaron drilled them on combat tactics. By dawn, they were as ready as they could be. The first light of day revealed a makeshift arena in the city center, bristling with alien machinery. Vorith stood at the edge, his expression one of cold amusement. "Let the trials begin." Jack's heart thudded in his chest, but his resolve was firm. This was their chance to prove that humanity was more than the Asleal anticipated. The first trial, a grueling test of endurance, loomed ahead. He took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the world on his shoulders. They weren't just fighting for survival, they were fighting for the honor of humankind. As the trial commenced, Jack glanced at Emily and Aaron. "We can do this," he said, his voice steady. Emily's eyes shone with determination. "For humanity." Aaron nodded, his jaw set. "Let's show them what we're made of." The first obstacle, a towering structure of alien metal and hostile terrain, awaited them. Jack led the charge, his mind focused and heart resolute. They would face the trials, and they would not break. The metallic arena loomed before them, bristling with alien technology and treacherous obstacles. Jack, Emily, and Aaron stood at the starting line, their breath visible in the cold morning air. Vorith's voice, dripping with derision, echoed across the arena. "Begin." Jack charged forward, his senses heightened. His boots clanged against the metal floor as he approached the first obstacle, a towering wall of shifting panels, each one a potential trap. He glanced back at Emily and Aaron, their expressions steely with determination. "Watch your step," Emily called out, her eyes scanning the wall for patterns. Jack nodded, trusting her sharp mind. He reached out, feeling the vibrations of the moving panels. Timing was everything. With a calculated leap, Jack grabbed a panel, pulling himself up just as it slid back. He found a foothold and steadied himself. "Your turn," he shouted down. Emily followed, her movements precise. Aaron brought up the rear, his muscular frame providing the team with a sense of security. They scaled the wall and landed on the other side, where a sprawling maze awaited them. The walls buzzed with energy, and a faint hum filled the air. "It's electrified," Emily whispered, her fingers brushing the surface. Aaron's eyes narrowed. "We need to stay close and move fast. Split up, and we risk getting fried." Jack agreed, leading the way into the labyrinth. Each twist and turn tested their coordination and endurance. Minutes felt like hours as they navigated the maze, each corner bringing new challenges. Jack's mind raced, piecing together the layout. Emily's quick observations and Aaron's tactical input kept them on track. They moved as one, their trust in each other growing with every step. Finally, they reached the maze's center, where a glowing orb hovered, pulsating with an eerie light. Jack reached for it, but a force field sprang to life, throwing him back. "Damn!" he cursed, shaking his head to clear the stars. Emily knelt beside him, her analytical mind already working. "It's a puzzle. The force field is reactive. We need to find a way to disable it." Aaron scanned the area, his soldier's instincts on high alert. "Look for any patterns or switches. There's got to be a way." Jack rubbed his temples, frustration gnawing at him. But then he noticed something. A faint pattern on the floor, almost like a circuit. "Emily, look at this," he said, pointing it out. Emily's eyes lit up with understanding. "It's a sequence. We need to trace the pattern without breaking the line." Carefully, they traced the circuit with their fingers, following the intricate design. The force field flickered and then dissipated. Jack reached out again, this time grasping the orb without resistance. It was warm to the touch, thrumming with a strange energy. Voritha's voice crackled through the arena's speakers. "Impressive. But this is only the beginning." As the force field vanished, the walls of the maze retracted, revealing a new, more formidable challenge. A series of platforms suspended over a bottomless pit, each one shifting unpredictably. The sight sent a shiver down Jack's spine. He turned to Emily and Aaron, determination burning in his eyes. "We're not done yet. Stay sharp." Aaron grinned, cracking his knuckles. "Bring it on." Emily adjusted her glasses, her gaze steady. "We've got this." With the orb secured, they stepped onto the first platform, feeling it wobble beneath their feet. The stakes were higher, the risks greater, but their resolve was unshakable. The next trial awaited, and they were ready. Jack, Emily, and Aaron stepped onto the shifting platforms, the cold air slicing through their resolve. Each platform swayed precariously, suspended over a seemingly endless abyss. The stakes had never been higher, and failure was not an option. "Watch your step," Aaron cautioned, his voice steady despite the peril. Jack nodded, eyes scanning the erratic movement of the platforms. They needed a strategy, and they needed it fast. Emily, always the quick thinker, pointed to a series of symbols etched into the nearest platform. "These markings, they might indicate which ones are stable. We need to move carefully and stay focused." Jack's heart raced as he stepped onto the first platform, testing its stability. It held firm. He gestured for the others to follow. "This one's safe. Let's move. But keep an eye on the patterns." They navigated the platforms with cautious precision, each step a calculated risk. The tension was palpable, every muscle in Jack's body taut with anticipation. Emily's observations proved invaluable, guiding them through the labyrinth of shifting surfaces. Halfway across, a sudden lurch sent Emily sprawling. Jack lunged, grabbing her arm just in time. "I've got you," he grunted, pulling her back to safety. "Thanks, Jack," Emily panted, her face pale but determined. "We're almost there. We can't afford any more mistakes." Aaron's sharp eyes caught movement on the far side of the chasm. A group of Asleal watched, their expressions unreadable. "Looks like we have an audience," he muttered. Jack glanced over, his resolve hardening. Then let's give them a show they won't forget. They continued, each step bringing them closer to their goal. The final platform was a daunting leap away, shifting violently. Jack took a deep breath, muscles coiled like springs. On my mark, we jump. Ready? Emily and Aaron nodded, steeling themselves. Now! Jack shouted, and they leaped as one. The platform rocked under their combined weight, but it held. They landed, breathless but victorious. Voritha's voice boomed from above, laced with reluctant respect. You have done well, humans, but your true test lies ahead. Jack wiped sweat from his brow, his mind racing. What's next? He murmured to himself, determination surging through him. They had come too far to turn back now. Emily knelt beside a control panel embedded in the platform, her fingers flying over the alien symbols. This looks like it controls the arena. If I can disable the traps, we might have a fighting chance. Aaron kept watch, his senses on high alert. Hurry, Emily. We don't know what they'll throw at us next. A sudden roar echoed through the arena, and Jack turned to see a massive gate opening. Beyond it, a hulking figure emerged, bristling with alien weaponry. It was a monstrous guardian, designed to crush any who dared to challenge the Asleal. Emily, we need that panel offline now, Jack yelled, his voice tinged with urgency. Emily's brow furrowed in concentration. Almost there. Got it. The traps around them deactivated with a hiss, the platform stabilizing. The guardian advanced, its footsteps shaking the ground. Jack squared his shoulders, adrenaline flooding his veins. Aaron, cover Emily. I'll distract it. Aaron nodded, positioning himself protectively in front of Emily. Jack sprinted forward, drawing the guardian's attention. It swung a massive arm, but Jack dodged, barely escaping the crushing blow. Over here, you big brute, Jack taunted, weaving and ducking. He led the guardian in a dizzying dance, each movement a testament to human agility and wit. Emily's voice rang out. Jack, lead it to the edge. We can make it fall. Jack's mind raced, formulating a plan. He darted to the platform's edge, the guardian lumbering after him. At the last second, he rolled to the side, the guardian's momentum carrying it over the edge. It fell, a deafening crash marking its demise. Voritha's voice, now tinged with genuine respect, echoed once more. You have surpassed our expectations, humans. Prepare for the final trial. Jack, breathless and battered, looked at his teammates. Their eyes shone with the same determination and unyielding spirit. They had faced insurmountable odds and emerged stronger. The final trial awaited, and they were ready. Jack, Emily, and Aaron stood on the edge of the arena, the remnants of the previous trials littered around them. The air was thick with anticipation as Voritha's voice boomed once more. You have come far, humans. Now face your ultimate challenge. A massive door creaked open, revealing an expansive chamber filled with advanced alien technology and intricate mechanisms. At the center stood a towering structure, pulsing with energy. This was the heart of the Asleal trials. Jack took a deep breath, the gravity of the moment weighing heavily on him. This is it, he said, his voice resolute. We finish this. Emily scanned the chamber, her sharp eyes catching every detail. We need to disable that structure. It's powering the entire arena. If we can shut it down, we win. Aaron nodded, his expression grim. We'll need to move fast and stay coordinated. No room for mistakes. They stepped into the chamber, the floor humming beneath their feet. As they approached the central structure, an array of automated defenses activated. Energy beams shot across the room, and mechanical arms swung with deadly precision. Split up and take out the defenses, Jack ordered. Emily, find a way to shut this thing down. Aaron, cover her. The team moved with practiced efficiency. Jack dodged and weaved through the barrage of attacks, his every move calculated. He reached a control panel and began to hack into it, his fingers flying over the alien interface. Emily darted towards the central structure, her mind racing with possibilities. She could see the energy core, a brilliant sphere of light, pulsating within. I found the core, she shouted. But it's heavily shielded. I need more time. Aaron positioned himself protectively in front of Emily, his eyes scanning for threats. Hurry, Emily. We don't have much time. Jack grunted as he bypassed another security protocol. I'm almost through here. Just a little longer. The defenses intensified, sensing the imminent threat. Jack's heart pounded as he worked, sweat dripping down his face. Come on, he muttered, willing the system to yield. Finally, with a triumphant beep, the control panel deactivated the primary defenses. Got it, Jack exclaimed. Emily, the shields should be down now. Emily nodded, her fingers deftly manipulating the controls. The shield around the energy core flickered and disappeared. She accessed the core's interface, her mind a whirlwind of calculations. I'm rerouting the power. This should cause a chain reaction that will shut down the entire arena. Voritha's voice crackled through the chamber, filled with unexpected urgency. What are you doing, humans? This is not how the trial was meant to end. Jack smirked, his determination unwavering. We're showing you what humanity is capable of. The energy core pulsed erratically as Emily completed the final sequence. It's done. We need to get out of here before it blows. The team sprinted towards the exit, the ground shaking beneath them as the core destabilized. They burst out of the chamber just as a massive explosion rocked the arena, sending shockwaves through the structure. Outside, the Asleal watched in stunned silence as the arena crumbled. Voritha's expression shifted from shock to reluctant admiration. You have proven your resilience, humans. You are not as fragile as we believed. Jack, panting and covered in dust, faced Vorith. We're more than just survivors. We're fighters, and we don't give up. Vorith nodded slowly. Indeed, perhaps there is more to learn from you than we anticipated. As the Asleal ships began to ascend, signaling the end of the trials, Jack turned to Emily and Aaron. Their faces were etched with exhaustion but also pride. They had faced insurmountable odds and emerged victorious. Emily smiled, her eyes sparkling with relief. We did it. Together. Aaron clapped Jack on the back, his grin wide. Hell of a team we've got here. Jack looked up at the sky, feeling a profound sense of accomplishment. This is just the beginning. We've shown them what humanity can do. Now it's time to show the universe.